Well, hello, my lovelies. Today's the 1st of January 2025. So it's a 1-1 portal, but also it's an 11 portal because if you add the whole thing up, 1 plus 1 plus 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 5, it comes to 11. So this is a very interesting energy because it opens up your intuitive selves, your inner knowing, your ability just to discern what feels right for you, and it's nothing to do with the logical mind. I'm delighted to see that over 1,700 people saw my previous video about the Carrington event and the Great Stink. And I found another event that happened in 1859, because we were talking about the Neptune cycle, which is 165 years. And because Neptune, the planet Neptune, is moving out of the sign of Pisces, which it rules, in March of this year, Pisces is the final sign of the zodiac. So Neptune's been all the way around and is coming to its end of its journey and will move out of water into fire, which is Aries. So I thought I'd have a look at events that occurred at the beginning of that cycle 165 years ago. And the other one I've found is about Big Ben, which is the giant bell, which is housed in the clock tower of Westminster Palace, Houses of Parliament. And because there have been certain things circulating about bells and the use of bells and how they were removed from an awful lot of places around the planet over the last century or more, and a lot of them have been found now and unearthed because they've literally been buried, and the use they have towards vibration. So the vibration that they give off affects us in a very, very positive way. So if they have been removed and haven't been used in any shape or form for quite a long time, when they are replaced, then that helps us as humanity to raise our consciousness to a higher degree. So, Big Ben. It was completed on the 31st of May, 1859, and the great bell was cast at the Whitechapel Bell Foundry, and Whitechapel is in London, and Whitechapel is also infamous for certain murders by a chap called Jack the Ripper. So the great bell was cast and weighed 13.7 tons. The nickname Big Ben may derive from Sir Benjamin Hall, who oversaw its installation. There are 4 quarter bells which chime on the quarter hour. This happens to be the second bell that's been installed there, because the first bell was 16 tons and it was cast on the 6th of August 1856 in Stockton-on-Tees, which is up north in England. Since the tower was not yet completed, so the bell tower, the bell was mounted in New Palace Yard, but during testing it cracked beyond repair and a replacement had to be made. So the bell was recast on the 10th of April 1858, and this bell was transported on a trolley drawn by 16 horses, with crowds cheering its progress. So you can imagine it's the most enormous beast, weighing 16 or so tons, and needing 1 horse to pull each ton. So it was then pulled up the clock tower belfry, which took 18 hours. You can imagine the strength that it needed with pulleys and block and tackle and that sort of thing to actually get it up to the top of the tower. So this new bell first chimed on the 11th of July, 1859. But in the September, it too cracked under the hammer. Apparently, the hammer was more than twice the maximum weight specified. So the bell was out of commission for 3 years. A square piece of metal was chipped out from the rim around the crack, and the bell given an eighth of a turn, so the new hammer struck it in a different place, and that crack remains unrepaired. So my sense of all of these things that I've been looking into, all of these different events, the Carrington event and the Great Stink, a lot of these things feature London, Westminster specifically, Parliament, the Houses of Parliament, etc., etc. So with these, the energy of the bells returning, I get the sense that there will be much more, a higher resonance, a higher vibration of the people that actually hear these bells. Now, during the lockdown and all that malarkey we had, our village bell did not ring. So we've got 3 little churches here, and not one of the bells rang during that period. And I don't know if where you live, whoever is watching this, any of the bells rang in your vicinity. Let me know in the comments. That would be very interesting. So when we got the clear for us to start living again, that's when the bells started to be rung again. And we have a group of people here who actually do bell ringing. Terribly out of tune, but they had a go at it, and that makes quite a difference to how the people in the village feel. So during the Second World War, bells were not rung because they thought that it might indicate to the enemy where certain things might be found. So give me your thoughts on that, because the bells ringing seems to be a very important part of this new cycle that we are moving into as these planets all start to shift out of water signs and earth signs, Pluto in Capricorn, Neptune in Pisces, and they're all shifting into fire and air signs, which is much faster. So things are going to move an awful lot faster for us as we reach the real new year, which is the 21st of March, so the first day of Aries energy. So there we are. There's another little snippet for you. Hope you find it interesting. Bye for now.